Gen X, you remember at the checkout of the supermarket, the gossip magazine didn't just disappear. It got Wi-Fi. And it seems like social media became the checkout aisle. Except now you don't have to pick up the magazine. It literally follows you home. People might think that what's happening right now with Candace Owens, Erika Kirk, that I stopped watching Candace because of it. No, actually, I got off the boat long before this. It came to a point where I had to realize why exactly was I even on this boat. Where we were heading before, for some reason, felt like we were going on a detour. And so when I first started following Candace Owens and I decided to get on the boat, she was talking about politics. And before then, I hadn't even thought about voting. I actually was not into politics. But when COVID happened, the world changed. And then I started following different content creators, Candace being one of them. And I felt like Candace was speaking my language. But to me, it started feeling like those magazines. It started to seem like gossip. And I guess it would have had to go back when she did the series on the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, I think his name was. And I watched one episode and then I was like, okay, I don't know where we're going with this. Because the thing about YouTube is that they're always telling you to have a niche, right? And so for me, Candace Owens and many of the other creators that I was following were mainly about politics. She seemed to be going in a different direction. But for me, I never really been one to even really care about what was going on with the entertainers and who's getting divorced and all this other stuff. That just wasn't my thing, and I'm not knocking anybody who likes that sort of thing. It's just not my cup of tea. Then I thought maybe she was going to come back off of that after the series. So I wasn't interested about the series, so I just didn't watch the Macron thing. And then I said, oh, okay, I guess she is pivoting. And I've noticed a lot of creators talking about this topic. I don't know, maybe it's because I feel like I'm a different learner. I need visuals, I need audio, I also need hands-on. I don't know if it's a Gen X thing or what it is, really, but that's one of the things I noticed that these creators, when they're speaking, there's big creators out there talking about this whole topic that's going on right now. If you're a learner like I am, then maybe it will be better if you can see. It's the same thing with detectives. They are having a lot of hands-on. They are having a lot of audio and visuals, right? Because they have to listen to other people. They have to gather information. So they have those boards that they have where they're matching things up or what have you. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. And my Gen X people, I think this was our PowerPoint. So here we have the red circle. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. Evidence matters. Powerful people should be scrutinized. Point for red. But then in the blue circle, what happens when a story always needs another episode? What happens when another person has to become suspicious? Algorithm rewards us for keeping people emotionally invested. And this brings me to Erika Kirk. She lost her husband. That's a fact. Questions are being raised around her. And my question isn't whether we're allowed to ask questions. My question is, what evidence justifies turning suspicion towards her? Evidence can create a question, but a question could also create suspicion. If I keep saying I'm not accusing Tina, but why was Tina there? Interesting what Tina said. What's Tina hiding? I never really actually accused Tina, but what did I make you think? If I'm willing to question their narrative, then I should be able to question my narrative. Test all things. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Test all things. Hold fast what is good. Not automatically believe. Not automatically reject. Test. And I'm not telling anybody to get off the Candace Owens boat. I'm saying occasionally look around. Who's steering? And where are we going? Is this still where I thought I was going? If not, you're allowed to get off. That's my call. And I don't think we have to argue about it. If we just look at the facts, yes, institutions lie to us. I mean, this has been going on since the beginning. However, there is a thing, innocent until proven guilty. And it's not fair if, even though they haven't been proven guilty, we already assume that they're guilty. The fact that Erika Kirk has been having to go through this ordeal, I can't even imagine having to go through that. Imagine that Charlie Kirk, I cannot speak for him, but I imagine that he wouldn't want this for his wife. You know, from the videos I remember seeing when I was following him, when he was still alive, the way he and his wife were together, it seemed very genuine. And maybe, I don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't really say if it was genuine or not. It seemed genuine. He wouldn't want this for his wife. You know, he wouldn't want this for his kids. And let's stop and just think about that. When I hear so many people saying, oh, Charlie Kirk wouldn't have wanted this. He was thinking this, this and that. Everybody wants to think and say stuff as if they were in Charlie Kirk's brain. But at the end of the day, I feel like if he loved his wife and he loved his kids, which he seemed to have loved them, he would not want this for them. He would not want death threats for his wife and for his children. You know, and scripture does say to protect the widow and the children. So if we're going to say, if people are going to say that they're Christian and not, and just disregard that, then I don't really know. And I'm not God, so I can't judge. I'm just saying it doesn't seem right. But what's your take? Which side of the Venn diagram are you on?